Bruh, this chick told me that in 1 month, in 1 month's time, in the span of 1 month, 30 to 31 days, she told me that she got over 1,000 notifications on Hinge. Bro, that's insane.
Today I realized that I really want to settle down and get a husband because it's really exhausting texting 20 guys and telling them how my day went. It's tiring. I can't do it anymore.
Be a hoe. Live your life. Confidence is key. And regardless of what you do, there's like 7 billion people on this planet. So if not Toronto, there's another city for you, I promise.
Okay, would you recommend that same advice to your daughter?
For sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
You tell your daughter
just
to be a hoe?
like my mother recommended that same advice to me.
What up to my members? Thank you for being here. Today I have a clip for you from Reddit, and I decided to screen record it because my big fam sent it to me. And so you have this debate about does body count matter? And women want to be able to brush this topic underneath the rug. But for us, it's a big deal because our ability to know whether this woman is wife material or at least wifey material hinges on the point of, can I trust this woman? Is this the type of woman who is likely to step out and increase the number or the percentage chance that my kid isn't even mine? Women sit here like, well, I don't know why men care. Because if you are a promiscuous woman, there is a chance that my kid with you would not be my kid. Matter of fact, there's a 33% chance. 1 out of 3 chance that if you're dealing with a promiscuous woman, your child probably ain't your child. And we're seeing that a lot today. The fact that these women don't get that blows me away. Thank you all for being my members. Make sure you hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started. Now, this was a Reddit post sent to me by my big fam, right? And so I want to read this to you because I want you to see the mindset. This is the exact same mindset that the woman in this last video had. And what they don't get is that they want to be able to do everything they want to be able to do, but they want to do it without the consequences of understanding that men don't want this shit. And you're going to even see a man that's in this Reddit post trying to argue this bullshit. And we'll address that when we get to it. But check this out. She says, I have a high body count. I'm not going to lie. It's high for a woman. But the guys I talk to have body counts of like 3 to 8. And I always feel judged when I say mine. Before you ask, it's under 50. Like right there. Like, it's under 50. Oh, well, hey, you must be doing well. It's, you only slept with 40 to 50 guys. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Do guys actually care about high drive and body count, or am I overthinking this? I don't want to lie about it, but I don't want to feel judged. Notice that part. She don't want to feel judged. Anyway, thank God it's Saturday. It's been a week, okay? Now, you read this first person. Daisy says, I think the way you are living your life is cool as hell, including this dinner. There's some food that's up above there. She says, thank you. That's it. That's women right there co-signing on the bad behaviors of other women.
Like, why do you think sleeping with 1,000 men was like necessary to do? Like, is there like a point you're trying to prove?
Yeah, it's empowering for women. Like, not just for me, like for other women.
So you're
as well.
speaking for all women?
Majority. The ones
Right.
that aren't lazy.
What's empowering?
Loads of women are sexualized all the time. But this way I'm in control of what's sexualized, how I'm doing it, how I'm managing it. And I'm also earning money from it.
That doesn't make it okay.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad for a woman to be able to lay down with a man that she wants. Generally, I'll be honest, I don't really care about this topic of body count. Like, I care and I don't care. And I'll get to that in a second. But the co-signing that women do for each other, even if she said, well, it's under 150. Oh, the way you live your life is cool as hell. See what I mean? The next part says, if it makes you feel better, I'm at over 200 and I always lie about my body count to men. Why do you have to lie about it? Why do you lie about it as a woman to say that you at 200? I don't have any kids or STIs, so they can't prove shit. See the mentality? Well, doesn't matter whether I did it. You can't prove it. I had an ex tell me that once. Hey, I think you're cheating on me. Well, you can't prove it. She didn't say I didn't do it. She's like, you can't prove it. Think about the mentality. Most do actually care. There we go. If they pester for an answer, just stop talking to them or lie about a reasonable number. Just lie about a reasonable number.
How many bodies did you catch in 2024?
I'd say like 4. I honestly don't know, but I know like my whole body count, maybe like 2 or 3 this year.
You know your whole body count. What is it?
18.
When's like the cutoff before you're like, yeah, I'm doing too much?
Never. There's not really no cutoff. Like,
she knows that generally us men care, but yet she's going to choose to lie about it. Why? Because it's not desirable to us men. Period. Love that for you also. I'll take your advice by cutting them off. But it doesn't change who you become as you start piling up these bodies. Do you understand? You start searing off the part of yourself that is able to pair bond with a man, which is why divorce is probably so high right now. Because these women right now they can't bond. They bond for a little bit and then it's done. Oh, I'm bored. I need something else.
Sit here and pretend like we are the same as men. We're not. We're not. We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body? But so do men though. No, men can wash us off.
The next person says, hi, I'm also a medium-ish experienced lady who has been bullied into having this bullshit conversation. If you want to have a lie ready on the spot and you're in your 20s, the correct answer appears to be 4. I don't know why. It's probably just a non-threatening number. And that's crazy because when you say 4 or 3 or whatever, right? And then we start talking to you and you're like, that don't line up. You've already eliminated your argument for a man wanting to settle down with you. You've already eliminated the argument. The next person says, why lie though? Like, what is the point other than to manipulate people? That's a good point. Why lie? Then a bunch of people said something. Why lie though? If men have a problem with it, then y'all just aren't compatible and that's okay. Seems strange to lie to someone just to be with them. It's not about compatibility. It's about men don't want that shit. Crazy enough, man, crazy. Someone wrote, I don't answer that question. There's no reason for anyone to know. See? There's no reason for you to know, right? Until you contract something, till you have something. Or, just that why is it that you act the way you do? Well, you've been through all these men and y'all think y'all can do that shit and your personalities are not going to reflect it. Crazy. Yeah, I'm a guy and I'd never ask someone this juvenile ass question like that because it's really none of my business. And as long as she knows what she's doing, I'm good. P.S. You're not a 304. You're just experienced.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
But it trips me out how you got these dudes right here trying to co-sign up in these threads. I'm a guy. I never ask no juvenile ass question. It's always the simps come into the conversation trying to mess this shit up, right, James? I'm not going to fault any man for wanting to know because maybe that is an indicator for you. Maybe you are insecure as a man. You need to know. I'm going to be honest. I typically don't ask women this question. There's ways to find out what her number is. That's like saying, what do you bring to the table? Well, I'm not going to ask a woman directly, what do you bring to the table? I'm going to ask other questions that's going to essentially tell me what she actually brings to the table without asking her. So you shouldn't ask a woman, well, how many dudes you been with? But there is a way to find out. When she starts talking about this boyfriend and this boyfriend and this boyfriend and this boyfriend, like, whoa, how many boyfriends you've had? You been married before? You been engaged? How many times? That's fair questions without asking body count. So if she sits here and say, I had 4 dudes I was with that I've ever been with, but then you go ahead and say, well, how many times have you been engaged? And she said, oh man, I had a bunch of, or she says to you one day, I had a bunch of dudes that was engaged that wanted to marry me. Oh yeah, how many times? Oh, 6 times. So right then and there, she could say, well, I only had relations with this many of them. Do you believe that? You're about to get engaged with somebody and you telling me they never laid down with you? Come on. I ain't gonna believe that. The entire body count discord needs to end, especially as a woman. There is no good answer that you can give, but I would seriously side-eye any guy who asked the question. Why, gents, would they do that? Why would a woman side-eye a guy from wanting to know? Again, I wouldn't ask a woman directly because that is kind of crazy to ask directly. But you not needing to know? You not having some idea she has some experience? Because as a guy, you don't want to be that dude walking around town. She's like, oh, I ain't been with that many dudes. And then next thing you know, you walking around town, all these dudes know your woman. And you like, how many guys have you been with? Oh, I only been with like 100, which you know that number is lower. But then you have all these guys that know your woman. How is that a thing? How is that even possible? Actually, I just pretend they are asking me for my actual body count. So I say 0. I'm no killer. That's crazy. I remember in high school talking to this guy I didn't really know, and he said he doesn't like V's, and they don't want, and they don't know what they're doing. But if they slept with 2 people or more, there are 304 in U's, and that if they slept with only with one person, they'd likely still like them. I'm like, okay, so you really can't win. So what she mean there, gents, is that you really can't win, meaning that we want to be able to sleep with as many dudes as we want to be able to sleep with. And we want you not to have an opinion, not to think about it, not to be mad at us. That's what we want. So I'm going to lie to you, because if I don't lie, then my ability to be able to have a future relationship or marriage or kids is going to be compromised, because no man wants to settle down with a 304.
Best case scenario, say you want on a 10 out of 10 date. How soon would you give it up?
I don't know. It depends on how much I want him to respect me.
What? Wait, what do you mean?
Men don't respect that they hit first night. Be real.
So if you really like him, you gonna make him wait?
Yes.
What kind of shit is that?
How long?
If I don't really give a f***, take it. Come on, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Back in the car type shit.
If you like one night hit or quit her, you know?
You can't make this shit up.
If you sleep with only a few people, you're a prude and inexperienced. But if you sleep with too many, you're a 304 and easy. There's really no winning and no magic number. Listen, being with an inexperienced woman, some dudes hate that. But then they want your number to be a certain way. That's why, it's best not to even ask that question. If you that sensitive to it, then don't ask the question. But not having some idea of what her history is, you need to know that stuff. And don't let her gaslight you or lie to you, whatever. And here's the thing. It don't matter if they lie or not. Because the dude who's in tune where you're like, yeah, she says she only been with 4 people, but her attitude don't say like she been with 4 people. Her friends that she hang with show that she ain't only been with 4 people.
You had to delete all social media accounts to save your relationship. Would you do it without no hesitation?
Hey, boo, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm right with you when you're right. I'm not deleting anything, baby. I'm going to delete you before I delete those social media apps. I'm so sorry, especially in this day and age where social media plays a huge role in most people's careers. Absolutely not. I'm not deleting anything. I'm so sorry.